bad, dude.
Yeah.
Not bad.
That wasn't bad. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I couldn't hear.
You didn't have your headphones
Yeah, you
on.
didn't have your headphones on.
I was winging it, bro. Winging it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty solid.
I was winging it just like how Amos Yee was winging his wiener out to a minor.
Wait.
A minor D.
Minor.
Amos Yee in minor D.
D.
Yeah. Amos Yee in minor D.
Yes.
No, but for this week's podcast,
Welcome everybody.
we are covering.
We haven't
welcome
welcome
back.
our guests,
Welcome
our
back.
people who are watching us.
Yeah, sorry. Welcome back. We missed. Did we miss last week?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, we
missed
did. Yeah.
last
Yeah.
week.
We
Apologies
missed
for
last week,
that.
yeah.
It's
For those people
for
who
those
need to watch this to keep you away from suicide, we are so sorry that you're dead now.
Well, apologizing now will be too late. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Or if you need to watch us to get your heart on, I'm sorry that you're suffering from blue balls.
Yes.
Yeah, but now's the time to jerk off. So look into our faces and touch yourself.
Or maybe just look into the hole and
Yes.
touch yourself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shit, we always forget to do this. I don't know why you guys keep not catching on. We have our symbol.
Straight to the camera. Straight to the camera and
Yeah.
straight into the hole.
Yeah. And behind the hole is Sean's face.
Yes.
So whenever you ejaculate, you know Sean is
They're
looking.
not joining me.
Into his beady eyes.
Yeah. Right up his nostrils.
So I took off my glasses for this.
His nostrils are big enough to fit two cocks.
It's Jewish. It's meant for money, not for cock.
He'll do it for money.
You do it.
Why do you
Yeah.
why leave me
He
hanging
will-
like that? What was
He
going on
was
here?
not. He was not
We were supposed to
sperm
be
for
together.
money.
This is supposed to be the Trinity, the three holes. Was like,
Hey,
what-
Sean, I
what
think your
is one
tagline,
hole?
your tagline should be snorting ejaculation for money.
Snorting it's too long.
S-
S-E-M. Sam.
Yeah.
Sam.
Snorting ejaculation for money.
Sam.
Ejaculate.
Snorting ejaculate. C. Cannot lah. It doesn't rhyme. You know, it doesn't have a nice acronym. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Yeah, it could be snorting ejaculate.
No, it's SSE.
SSE. No, we need to have something with says.
Spunk snorting entrepreneur.
Right.
Snorting entrepreneur. SSE. Can make it work somewhere.
Yeah, somehow.
But one day you're gonna do it with me. It's gonna catch on. It's
Or
like
just
Zoltan.
Jewish men
It's
do
the
anything
whole-
for money.
Yeah.
Is that
And-
not a stereotype?
The lost Asian Jew doing anything for me.
Lost Asian Jew. What the fuck? Lunch.
Documentary coming soon on Channel News Asia.
No, it'll be first covered by Mothership. Yes, you know.
By Mothership.
And
Yeah.
Mothership is having a lot of stories right now.
But,
They're
but
covering
most of
all
their stories
tabloid,
are
tabloid stuff, man.
fucking like what we said the last. I think we talked about it last time.
No,
Or was it on the small lobang
yeah.
where it's replacing new paper?
Yeah, it was, I think, Small Lobang.
Oh
Which
yeah,
you-
yeah, we did, yeah. To become a tabloid, right?
Yeah, it's a new tabloid now. I mean, they just covered something. Okay, this is a sad case, but I saw it on Facebook first, so I thought it was a Facebook, social media thing. It was a suicide case. Yes. It's kind of sad. The brother, 28 years old, took his life, and the sister had a
shit.
really sad, emotional posting, and then it was covered on Mothership. I'm like, wow, this seemed to be a private thing, but I guess because it went viral, so now people are like. Anyways, for our comments in the earlier segment, at the end of this, we might attach some mental health numbers you can call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Sean's personal number. He will listen to you while you ejaculate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I've said something like this before. Like I don't know, call that number if you're feeling alone and you need help.
That will be his number.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're feeling alone and need someone to listen to you,
And you feel
touching
like
yourself,
you-
yeah,
and
that's
you
I
Sean.
think it
feel-
starts with 9674,
And you-
9647.
and you feel like you're entering a deep dark hole where there seems to be no escape.
That is something different. That you are being consumed by the
Da-
spirit of the lobang.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
That
Exactly.
is something that will actually save you.
So follow
Save
us.
you and bring you.
Yes,
to the
follow us and
light.
know you're not alone, because
Yeah.
you can see three depraved souls right here.
Exactly.
And come on,
Come on.
okay,
This kind
one
of-
more depraved than the
No,
rest.
no. Yeah. Yeah.
The only people
I need
more
to win
depraved.
in the Depression Olympics, you know.
Why? The fastest, that one only happens once a year, and the winner usually doesn't collect any medals. So the family comes down and is like, "Thank you for giving me the gold medal. We'd like to thank our brother who went away." So No.
Hit the button. I think
Yes.
we hit the button.
I think we probably are one of the causes right now.
Yeah.
But no, we're covering something else that has been lingering around for a very long time. It's the pedophiles.
Yeah, it's and it's a
Well,
it's a burning question actually.
It's not
like
the pedophiles actually. We're not covering the pedophiles. We're covering the
the enablers.
enablers.
Right?
The enablers.
Yeah.
I don't know if we spoke about this. I don't know if you guys brought it up, but Cuties.
Cuties, yeah.
We've heard that have you heard of that movie?
I think we spoke
Cuties?
I think
about
you
it.
spoke about it briefly.
We spoke about
Yeah,
it briefly.
briefly.
Yeah.
So it came out on Netflix and there was a big hoorah over this thing like
For
people were acting
young kids, girls dressed
Sexually. Yeah, inappropriately,
Sexualized.
in my opinion.
inappropriately, in Josie's opinion.
Yeah.
He feels that they were wearing too much, but
Yeah, it should be less actually. It should be less. Yeah, because I don't think kids should wear clothes because I mean if you haven't reached puberty, you should not be wearing clothes.
yeah, so actually thought the same as well. That's why he went to collect all those underwear.
No, because here's the
Oh,
thing. No, here's the thing. If you have two kids in front of you and you can't tell which one's a boy and girl, why bother wearing clothes?
Well, the whole thing sounded like I mean
That
there's
one needed the American pronunciation.
speaking of American, it's like that's why when there's this outrage over this, is like America also has this thing going on. They had those child beauty pageants and everything else. They were doing it before. I don't know who started it out. It's just that this one maybe hit a bigger platform.
Yeah.
And we saw the trailers of it, and it was very uncomfortable to watch it.
Yeah.
But then again, it is happening on social media also.
Mm-hmm.
There are kids having their own little accounts. I myself I'm following one kid. Hey, I was saying it's an innocent thing, but I'm following her because of.
I like how you have to justify. No, it's just an innocent thing. I'm just following her on
innocent thing.
Instagram.
Josie, you might have to do some after hours editing on,
Yeah.
on
You
this,
don't have
on
to.
this episode.
She's an influencer, so
She should not be influencing you.
She should
her
not be
mum-
influencing
her
anyone.
mum
That kid
is
should not be
her mum
influencing
is
anyone.
running the thing,
She's
and
under the age of 14. She should not be
I
on
think it's wholesome
influencing
content
anyone.
because the mum is
She might be 10.
It's mostly all her like
10.
adverts she's doing. You know, like the child.
How do you know the mom's running the account?
The mum comments on it.
No,
thing.
it says.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
says
run by
already.
run by
the
mom.
mum
Oh,
does.
okay.
So I thought it would be safe, and the girl's cute. It's a cute girl, good-looking girl, good-looking
Yeah.
girl. So
There's a lot of ways to read into the. There's a lot of ways to read into the word cute.
Yeah.
so it's a good-looking girl. So
That
just
doesn't
follow-
help. That she's good looking.
That doesn't.
Am I giving all the? What's the thing? The tropes.
This
the,
was
the-
not the turn that I was going for.
Well, it
Yeah.
took that turn.
Yeah.
It's going there.
no.
So I told you. I told it on the other one. We're honest. We don't
I feel
hide.
like this is a court hearing, and then like you're not listening to your lawyer here.
Yeah.
And then, no. Let me handle this, judge.
I'm not trying
The
to
girl is
hide
cute.
anything. I'm not.
What do you
hiding-
mean by cute? No, not what. Not
Josie,
what you
this
think.
reminds me of the episode of Tim Dillon's podcast, the Tim Dillon show,
Yeah.
with Yanis and Chrissy D, and they recorded one entire podcast episode, and they realized that they can't fucking put it out,
Oh, is it?
so they had to record a new one.
Oh, well,
Then-
we can make that happen.
Yeah, and then you put it on the Patreon special.
Well, depending on how you all feel about this, it could be on the Patreon. If it's on the Patreon,
Yeah, it's
support
going
us.
down that fucking part.
Yeah.
It's going down there.
No, they'll know. Once they follow me on Instagram, they'll find her there also. I'm not hiding anything.
But no one's
because I'm
gonna
not guilty of.
No one is going to go through your Instagram to find this.
But I have to make
Yeah.
it clear, I'm not guilty of anything. That's why I'm revealing it openly. Because I think that's happened, and I found that it was wholesome. But you shared another one,
Yeah.
and I saw that, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
that to me took it a little bit further.
Little bit
When
further,
it
okay.
elicits that kind of feeling, then you feel uncomfortable and like, okay,
Right. What
way
kind of
you-
feeling is that, Sean?
well, the clothes just don't match
The-
the
the feeling
edge.
in between
It's a
your
bit
thighs?
It's too
The feeling
mature.
in between your thighs?
It's no, it's in the head. It's in the
Right.
head. It just tells you, no, not which head. It's in the upper head. Okay, the top head just tells you it's not. It's, and that one was also run by the mother, right?
No, I don't think so.
Hopefully run by the mother, but holy shit, not both the accounts were fucking disgusting. In my opinion, it was fucking disgusting.
Yeah. I think it's
Because okay, you see, right? If parents are happy to let their kids wear what they want, that's fine.
But hers was started when...
That's fine. That's fine.
Hers was started at what age?
I don't know, 12, 11, 12 maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, sorry, younger than that. So maybe like 9,
because
10.
the other one
No,
also I think was started
9, 10?
really young.
I think the point of the beginning point doesn't matter in my opinion. Is that why expose your kid in such a manner to the wider world where
you know it's unsafe.
it's unsafe.
Yeah.
And your kids' pictures can be taken, doctored, so many things could be
And
done.
not be used
Used in the
in the-
best way.
in the terms that you wanted it to
Right.
be.
Yeah.
What you thought was
And-
advertising could be used in nefarious ways.
Exactly.
But then you again you don't have control over that, lah.
exactly.
It's
So
just
why?
that,
So
that's the
why
point that
even?
we're bringing
Why,
up.
why,
that
why even put it out there in the
Why
world?
you
That's
put it
the
out
point
there?
that
And,
on
now
and
social
you're,
media.
it's
and you're
being
not even
brought
putting
up.
out pictures, right? Which the kids are not dressed in a way where kids usually dress.
Yeah.
They are dressed in a way that Instagram models usually
Mm.
dress.
Mm.
And Instagram models are most of them are adults
Yep.
who are like in their 20s and stuff like that. Some of them like 18, okay. But those in 20s, they know what the fuck they are doing.
True.
They know they are being provocative for a reason, right?
Because
Yeah,
now everything's being
To
like
get clicks, to get
monetized.
likes.
Exactly,
Everything's
right?
being monetized.
Everything's being monetized.
Even your Instagram is being monetized.
Whatever you do, you can earn money out of it. So there are women and men who dress a certain way, who exhibit a certain kind of attitude to earn some money. Not
Yeah.
knocking on that. That's perfectly fine.
Mm.
But when kids take that up,
Yeah.
Or when parents make their kids take
or
them
when
up.
parents make their kids take that up,
Yeah.
I find it to be exploitive. And the kids don't know what the fuck is actually happening. You see, the kid is wearing that, right? I don't think a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old is thinking that, I'm happy that boys my age are going to be looking at me.
No, I don't think so.
I think
I
that,
doubt so, yeah.
my parents said that wears this because it makes me look like good. Like
Yeah.
good. Like like you look fine, and it's like you should do this on that because then L would like
Who's L?
sponsor you. L the brand.
Oh, right.
Oh, whatever
then
fucking brand lah.
Yeah.
Brand was
Like
sponsored.
Ralph Lauren kids
And
or
usually it's a
whatever
way to
shit.
make money.
Yeah.
Sadly, it's actually a way to make money.
And the thing is, with the parents running the account, the parents know what they're doing. They're whoring their kids out
Exactly.
for cash.
Exactly. And
Cash.
quite a few of the parents, right? They've got contact details on, like the one that Sean was talking about. She's got contact details there. She's got email and shit like that there.
Yeah.
You
But
don't
They're
know
whoring their
who-
kids out as models.
Yes, models,
It's
child
good
actors.
it's money, lah. It's branding.
It's
lah.
money,
It's like
yeah,
growing the
so-
kid up. But the other thing is that it's harmful for the kids because they are for
They don't
for-
have a childhood,
for that
basically.
same for that same one. The only thing that irked me was like there were some portions where the parent was already making the kid use facial wash. Like when you
like
were
selling facial wash.
using like saying that's how she keeps her skin this one. It's like whoa,
Yeah, that
she's
is
a kid.
all too much. Yeah.
That one was
That's
the part like wow, you're already making her go through a facial routine.
And
you're
she's
saying
only
you're-
like 10.
Yeah, and usually
Yeah.
at that age, right? Okay,
She's not even
you
reached
hit-
puberty,
You
nothing
hit
yet.
puberty. That's when you worry about acne and all that.
Yeah.
and that's when facial wash can come in handy. But maybe her defense is like I'm getting her used to a routine. But damn, man, that's
Yeah,
let
let the kid figure out like shit on her own. You know,
most
rather
of
than
them have
yeah.
to mature faster
Yeah.
than they are ready for.
yeah.
And the show Cuties, well, one thing I think it was in bad taste because it was the epitome of exploitation.
Exactly.
In a sense lah, because I guess they wanted that controversy to have that hit, because that's the only other way I can see it angled one. Well, why would you do a show like
But
that? Like
To
most
be fair,
people-
I've not seen the film. I've
No,
only seen the
none of us.
trailer.
I've not seen the film. I've seen the trailer.
None
Yeah,
of us
and from the
right.
trailer, this is what we infer.
all of us because
The
okay,
trailer was disturbing enough.
we could be okay. One thing is that we could be unfair since we've not seen the show. If any of you have seen the show, call this number 999. No, just kidding. Just like comment if it's innocent and we're being too harsh on
Yeah.
it.
No, the thing is that just by watching the trailer, it shows how these kids are being depicted.
Yeah.
And I'm actually fucking not at all happy to watch a film where young kids are being depicted in such a way
Yeah. I think it's just very disgusting because
Well,
then
no,
I
the-
have to go through like a ton of tissue paper just to make through the 90 minutes on film. And I'm just wasting tissue paper. You know, tissue paper come from trees.
Yeah.
And we should save the environment.
Yeah,
and
especially since we also went through a like
Is it
a-
because you're
the
tearing?
toilet, there's a toilet paper
Josie, is it-
rush. Yeah.
Yeah, is it because you're tearing?
Huh?
Is it
Yeah.
because you're tearing?
Because
yeah.
it's so emotional.
yeah.
Tearing on both ends.
Even on the
Tearing on both ends.
even on the from the trailer, huh? No, the thing is like even like the plot of it, like what was the point? Like what, the story was telling what the kids are pursuing their dreams of being.
It could. Okay, here's the
Dancers?
thing though. It could be, the message of the film could be the very thing that we're talking about. That
Dreams?
like how the society exploiting kids, and then we are seeing the journey through the kids' eyes, and then they realize that, oh, this is not what
Was
I
it?
want to be. It could be. I mean,
Could
from,
be, but I don't know.
we don't know. Yeah. So
I mean,
maybe maybe I
that
could.
sounds more like a Disney movie.
Maybe I'll watch the film, but I need to go and stock up on toilet paper lah.
Yeah.
Maybe you could watch
Yeah.
it in
No, but
public.
but okay.
And
So-
hand
so you
sanitizer.
say, yeah.
No, the thing is that if you're talking about that, right? A film that actually came to my mind was City of God, right? Where it all started off with kids,
Yeah.
but it was like totally different.
No, those
Uh,
are actually proper stories. Like
Yeah,
this
it's
one,
like
that's,
living
that's
in
why-
poverty.
That's the
living
idea.
in
Like this
crime.
one, this one garnered
And
so
how-
much
yeah.
negative reviews because I think the plot of it was like no one could see past. Oh, dude, you're obviously like sexualizing or you're
Young
you're
kids lah. Yeah.
sexualizing young kids.
Yeah.
Like why? What was the the underlying thing? If they have a deeper plot, then they're freaking marketing and trailers.
Kinda-
from-
kinda
Maybe
lost
they're
it,
trying.
lost
They're
it,
trying
lost
to.
from a production point of view, then they've lost the coming out with a trailer. You have to give out.
Maybe it's like
bits a
Amos
bit.
Yee, because Amos Yee, right? He actually had a debate with another like YouTuber
Yeah.
On Discord, right?
On
yeah,
Discord.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
About how he
About
was
how
defending
defending pedophilia.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not in any sense. I think he was more on the line that it's not wrong. Like
Yeah.
on the he's going on the basis like it's not wrong at all, and then now we can see where's that coming from.
Yeah.
So if I ever start on that road,
Mm.
you gotta get me some help. IMH, something, whatever.
No, castration.
Castration.
Yeah.
Castration.
Yeah, castration.
Quick castration.
We can do it for you lah, and then we stream it for the podcast.
Yeah, make sure you cauterize the wound.
For the
though.
Patreon.
For the
For
Patreon.
the Patreon.
For the Patreon.
But
Yeah.
you see, that's what he did, and a lot of us were very suspicious of that, cause he was. It's a 180 turn. I think he was more on the like freedom of speech and all that. That nonsense.
No, but
he was
this
spouting.
I think the debate like was held quite pretty quick once he relocated to
To
the
the
States.
US.
Yeah.
and now
yeah.
they're considering revoking his asylum.
Yeah.
So he might have to
If
come back
if
here.
he's charged, if he's
He'll
guilty
be
lah.
repatriated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll be I don't think it's that harsh to say extradited here lah. But
I think he
but
will.
he'll be like welcome home, bitch. Amos Yee. Yeah, he was defending the whole. I don't know what he said lah, but he was like I think the
Defending
gist-
pedophilia,
No, the
basically.
gist is
he was trying to
saying that
bypass
it's
the whole.
okay.
No, he was trying to bypass the whole concept of consent.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what age he was talking about, but I think
He was trying to like speak of lowering the age of consent. But this is not new. The French intellectuals have been talking about this for a very long time.
Yeah.
Like
these are the old
Sartre and all.
French nobles.
They spoke about it like trying to actually bring it to like zero, like
Zero.
as good as zero, lah. Like trying to say that there shouldn't be an age of consent.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fucked up, lah.
Yeah.
And like Michael Foucault and like people joke about it now, lah, because he died of AIDS.
Oh,
Right,
sorry.
he was gay,
Yeah,
lah, but
Yeah.
but the
Say
whole
what?
gay community, like I think Milo Yiannopoulos brought it up, saying that it's pretty prevalent in the gay community where a 15-year-old kid or 14-year-old boy might actually go out with someone in their 30s or late 40s or whatever, just as something to show that he has come of age or something like that.
Like street cred kind of thing lah.
Something like that, or that person will teach you shit about the gay community, about how to handle yourself or whatever shit. It's somewhat like grooming, but he spoke about it in like a very light note, and that's where people like jumped on him, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right. The gay community jumped on him on normal.
Both.
Yeah.
because it was not helpful.
Or the non-gay community jump on him.
Yes. That was that one part where that Lim Ming would have been very, very apt. Next time I'll chime in.
It's a little bit delayed, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe you can
The normals or the gays? Yeah, the normals or the gays?
Yeah.
Lesbians are normals. The gays
think,
are...
I think people who didn't like him just jumped on it.
Yeah.
Like even some gay people who don't like him, they jumped on it. They were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Like whether you're gay or straight, it's not legal to do that kind of shit.
Right.
And on that part, they were fighting that thing. It was like, what makes you all say that it's not legal? Like now we're trying to argue the fact that it should be made more legal. And then I think someone came along the lines of thinking of how the brain works when you're going through the stages of life.
Yeah.
And they always say impressionable, and I think that's probably how it ran few thousand years ago. When society deemed it okay. That's why people as young, even like not even reaching full maturity, they already brought into marriages they don't want to be a part of, and there's still some of those things happening in
false
in other
marriages
countries,
and all that.
false
Yeah.
marriages, and it's indoctrinated that those kids actually feel that it's normal, and it's like, it's an honor to be married off to this group without fully understanding what they're doing,
The consequences
the
of their
consequences
actions.
of what they're committing their life to. And the worrisome thing about that is because the world itself is evolving, is changing. And if you get children, people who are, kids that have not even been shown working or paying taxes or
Paying bills.
or paying bills,
Getting a job.
and before all that you get them married.
Yeah.
You get them
That's the
married.
last thing that should happen.
And the problem with that is that in some of those countries they're being married to kids their own age. Now,
Yes.
when they
Some
get
of them is married to older men.
Yeah, when they're promised to kids their own age, fine. When they get older, then that's where it's sad.
Yeah.
So that's more like matchmaking.
Imagine how fucked up it is though. Like
older
imagine
men-
you're 14 and then you marry
Someone
you're forced
who's
to marry a
40
girl.
or
Like marry a girl who's 14 and then she doesn't know how to do the dishes. She doesn't know how to do the laundry.
But you got to keep it in context though.
Then
You got to keep
why
it.
why am I marrying this bitch?
The pussy is fresh.
If I'm 14, give me a girl who's at least 24. Who can teach me shit. When I shit my pants in bed, like she can do the
So
clean the bed sheets.
that's why people think
There's
Clean the
also a problem
floors.
there.
That's
There's
why
also a
pe- that's
problem
why
there.
people-
Yeah.
Because the pussy is not fresh.
That's why people are thinking that it's taken on the form of more exploitative thing. It's just some 40-year-old geezer, some 50-year-old geezer wanting to get his rocks off on a younger kid. Because you see, same age one, they're promised to each other. It's a matchmaking thing. It's also old, and once again, it's not fully right, but these are two similar age, and it's not like, it's a traditional promise together.
Yeah.
But they're not going to sleep together, not going to have a kid or anything. They're just promised to one another. But when you promise a 14-year-old girl, 12-year-old girl to a man who is,
Like what, 40?
40, 60.
Yeah, it's kind of disgusting lah.
Yeah, because one side obviously knows what he is doing, what he wants, what the desires, what the lust.
No, because that kind of shit, right, also has to do with like the family.
But
Yeah.
still the thing is
But
that the reason why it's sick is because this person is, or not, it's
That is actually legalized pedophilia
Yeah.
in those areas.
Oh
Yes.
shit, man! There's speaking about this, there's this film which is like a Pakistani film. It's called Bol, B-O-L.
Bol.
And Bol actually means, if I'm not wrong, in Hindi and Urdu, it means to speak,
Right.
like speak
Yeah.
up, like something like that. So it's about a family where the leader of the family, the man, he has multiple children. And at one point, like he wants to have a son or some shit like that. He has all daughters. And at one point, he wants to have another child. So he actually sorts out another girl, a young girl to marry. Even though his daughters might be actually older than him.
Wow.
Older than the girl that he wants to marry.
Jesus.
Yeah. And like that is fucking patriarchy. That is
it
what
comes
like
from a
feminists
very-
have been talking about. But that kind of shit is not prevalent in Western society.
Yeah, it's
And
illegal.
It is illegal.
Yeah.
But in like certain tribes in Pakistan, certain small cities in Pakistan,
yeah.
people are not going to have control over that. They're going to like, we'll just let you people handle shit. We will not like be too
Yeah.
too intrusive into your lives. We will let you handle.
It comes from a
whatever you
place
need.
where I mean it's an old form thinking where the it's maybe I don't know hunter gatherers kind of mindset.
And it's
a
like
very-
my bloodline has to continue
Yeah.
because
it's a strong
the
strong line
male
or
the
something.
male will be the only one that will continue my bloodline.
So it's a very backwards way of thinking lah. And the whole issue with that is that the person there's one clear beneficiary of this agreement, where the guy is just I don't know, he's selfish wants and everything.
Yeah.
And the girl is just treated like a pure object.
Right.
That's true.
Even,
That's true.
Even disregarding the age, it could have been a 21-year-old and everything. It still doesn't make it fully right because then you're just almost like selling off your place. Unless it's that's why I think there's this discussion on consent.
Yeah.
But the girl makes a willful consent, not like being brainwashed by the parents since indoctrinated since a young age that this is what you must do when you reach this age. This is one where, oh hey, this is me. I know, like I don't know. Maybe that's the point of discussion. Like when do you reach the age where you can, openly voice that kind of consent, like that kind of thing. And if you're at an age where you still need adults to speak for you, then that's not.
Then you
that's-
definitely
that's-
you're not of
then you're
the
not
age.
of age
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
That's where you can't have. Yeah, I mean, if the fact that your parents are still vouching for you, that's already wrong.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, it's fundamentally wrong. I don't know. You need someone to speak on your behalf. That's already.
I mean, this is where we can revert to science, right?
Yeah.
Like how when does the brain fully develop and things like that. And
some people try to use that
Yeah.
against the whole. I mean, I think probably Amos must have brought this up, but like you want to go back into the Middle Ages or what ages where people then like marry off at 12. But
Not
that's
even
back
there.
then.
Like 70 years ago.
Yeah, but that's back
Yeah.
then. That's all the way back then.
But society's changed, right?
Society
Yeah.
changed, and that's when life expectancy was at its lower,
Lowest, yeah.
and part of the reason why they were doing it so young is because those
They
kids
die young. They die at
those
40.
kids-
40, you were like a grandfather.
and those
Yeah.
kids were forced to mature, I guess, that early, and it's more survival.
Yeah.
If you bring it forward, it's not say spoiling, but kids they're nurtured more now, so they don't mature that way. You can say it's really the environment. Like if a kid was brought up in a war-torn country, they will not enjoy the frivolities of kindergarten or playing things. So
Yeah.
I just saw a documentary of the toughest routes to school. Yeah, I think this is in Peru,
Right.
and this was in like a lake. This is a lake. It's a really large lake, and they were living on reeds. So this kid
In the middle of the lake.
yeah, in the middle of the lake. So So they set up their house in the middle of the lake on top of reeds, and this kid has to paddle on a reed boat 2 hours to school.
Wow.
Wow.
And this one is 11-year-old boy.
Right.
But on the other end, there's a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old girl doing the same.
Damn.
They are closer to the school, but they're doing the same. I think 6, 7-year-old. So there's these cases. Now these kids are all forced to mature earlier, and given their situation, the parents will also like probably maybe match them out. But once again, I think they're matched out to kids of similar ages. I think even these people also figure that it's not right for someone
Yeah.
that much older, because then he might pass on and leave the offsprings with a younger kid. And that could be also not logic. But you see those kind of situations, and then that's where you can say like, oh, like in that society, those kids mature a little bit. They're
Earlier.
forced to mature a little bit earlier.
But the maturity is different.
Yeah, the maturity is
It's
different. It's
more
more
on
survival. It's
yeah.
more of a survival thing.
Yeah.
And they're not being forced into it because of some sick fantasy of older people, which you see in more like other societies where they're not
Westernized.
forced to do this.
Yeah.
They're already quite modernized. I
Right.
mean, they're growing up, but they're forcing it because of some unfounded tradition, some brought over tradition, and there's some things lah. Like you can't agree with it when a 50, 60-year-old guy comes and then, oh, I wanna marry your daughter.
Why is it always young girls marrying off to older men and not the other way around?
Because in that in that society, the male.
No, because
the
you
male
expect the man, the male to be the breadwinner.
And
To
and
go
also
out and
I
earn.
guess like I mean girls have like the ticking time clock, right?
Yeah.
To
Yes.
like produce
so
kids.
younger
Yeah.
girls are known to probably known to like have more.
So biologically, it makes sense.
They have more kids.
Right.
They have more
Right.
time.
Okay,
They have more
but
kids.
you know, one thing that I was intrigued by, and it was a question that came through my mind when we were talking about this in our chat group, was that you think about like parents who do this, like manage their kids' Instagrams or Facebook or whatever, right? And you know, people who get like maybe raped, get robbed, get assaulted. Like, you know what's the most common thing that normal people tell to them? Like, yeah, it's unfortunate, but you know, we all have to be careful. We all have to defend ourselves at all times. Try our best to stay away from scenarios that would actually make you vulnerable to
Being assaulted or
being
whatever.
assaulted in
The
whatever
moment you say
manner.
that, usually some people come out and say, "Oh, are you victim
No.
blaming?"
It's not victim blaming. Victim blaming is saying that you deserved it.
I know.
You
No,
put yourself in that
but we're
in that
a-
scenario.
we're in a
I'm not
place
saying
where,
I'm saying that we have to learn from that situation.
yeah,
I'm not saying that you were at fault.
definitely.
I'm saying that yes, that happened. Unfortunate. That whoever did it is a scumbag. That person has to go to jail. That person has to go,
We have
face
to
the
make that very
consequences.
clear.
Yeah.
That is a logical thing to say. But what I'm saying is that most people would actually have like even the victim blaming folks, they actually have a point where it's logical, where they are saying that, you know, you have to defend yourself. That is logical. But where they go on to the next level and say that you didn't defend yourself, so you are to blame, that is not logical anymore.
Right.
Yeah. So if you think about that, when I see parents post all this kind of shit, and eventually people know that you are living in like California, you're living in LA because you want, or New York or wherever, where you need your kid to actually get all the jobs.
Yeah.
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 The acting jobs, the ad jobs,
Yeah, it's
the
quite-
photo
Whatever,
shoots,
yeah.
whatever.
I mean, some parents will have I think their excuse is that if those parents have their day jobs and they're still doing this, they kind of make the excuse that it's for the kids' sake. But I mean, we put that into question because once again, the kid's really young. If it's really their true dream to be a model at that age, it's kind of hard to believe, lah. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, so that leads me into that. I'm glad that you brought that up.
yeah,
Whether the kid wants to do it at that age.
yeah, because
So recently,
mm,
at one of Joe Biden's rallies, nothing about Joe Biden. This is nothing about Joe Biden.
Before Sean split the table.
Yeah.
oh, that's
So
Trump. That's
at one
Trump.
of his rallies, a lady stood up and asked him a question, and she said, "I've driven." I'm paraphrasing here. It might maybe lesser or maybe more. She said, "I drove 5 hours to come to your rally, and I've got a really important question.
Yeah.
I've got 2 daughters. One is 10 and one is 8. And the 8-year-old is a transgender girl."
Right. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And then that lady, she has an accent, so I don't even know if she is actually an American
Right.
or she has like migrated to America or whatever. But she started saying that, President Donald Trump as president has made it so hard for my daughter to have a good future, all those kind of things. So the mother started to say, like, you know, all sorts of things, like, you know, these kids, the transgender kids are being exploited or being oppressed. They're not being allowed to express themselves. You know, it's the system is fucked up against them.
Please
and-
tell me, what's his
and-
response?
Joe Biden agreed
Huh?
with everything,
Right.
which is the liberal stance. That is the liberal stance.
Mm-hmm.
The extremely
It's a weak
Left
liberal
wing.
stand because
It's a left wing stance.
No, it's
a pandering. It's a stance that's pandering
it's
to.
it's an obvious pandering. That's the problem. It's not a sincere case
Yeah.
where you see, because okay, I might not know enough about his background, but I can clearly see that when he agrees to that, right, it comes off as insincere. Because first of all, right,
Oh,
the first
he
thing
was
that came,
insincere, of course.
the first thing that came to my mind or anybody's mind there is when the lady comes out and say like my 8-year-old kid is transgender. Is like, who decided that?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you telling me your 8-year-old kid came up to you and tell you,
Hey, I
I'm
want to
transgender?
be. I want to be a girl.
He or she probably came out and said like, I like to play with dolls, and this is a bigger. It's a bigger argument.
Yeah,
It's
but I think but the thing in the Q&A, there's no time to actually go into details.
No, but it's a
Yeah.
bigger. It's a
So
bigger.
it's just like-
it's a
it's a
bigger
bigger thing.
argument.
But you
they,
see,
they
like
always
what
say
Sean
it's
said.
a gender dysphoria thing. It's where kids come out as confused.
Yeah.
But a lot of these cases where the kid displays a certain disposition.
Yeah. It's
Kid comes out and
just-
likes to play with Barbie, likes to play with Brad the Hitman Hart and all that kind. And the parents are now overly concerned. I think my kid is not comfortable in his skin. And now because of the current environment, they're harping on it more.
immediately just jump
Because
like, oh, my kid wants a sex change.
Back,
And then you
back
get
then-
pushed towards that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then back then it was more or less like it's a phase. He'll grow out of it or something like that. And the problem with that is that they see the extreme end where the parents, what they're viewing it now is that when the kid comes out and say, I like to play with dolls, they view the parents like, no, you don't play with dolls, you're a guy, and that's the image they're pushing out, that parents are now doing that. When in truth what they want to do is like, oh, you want to play with dolls? Fine. We'll see how that goes online. And then they'll say like, oh no, but the kid gets bullied at school and gets hurt. Then you fix the school. You fix that. Other parents have to educate their kids. It's no longer, now they're doing the exact extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Kid says he plays his doll. Oh, you're transgendered. Oh, my kid's transgender. They go around proudly. 8-year-old, my kid's my kid's is transgender. The government's making it difficult the government is making it for your kid who's transgender, who's a kid who displayed a liking for dolls, and you gave it a taboo or
And also how
Keyword.
Yeah.
Kid.
kid. So
yeah.
the kid just likes to play with dolls, and now
We're
you're
assuming,
and then
Yeah.
you're driving in the sense like, oh, my kid must no longer be male, born.
But that is ridiculous because when I was 8, I was telling my parents that I told my mom I wanted to become the president of this country. But I did not know that the president of this country does nothing but makes Milo.
Which is the best job in this country.
This country, and then you
And I can't
get
believe
a
you
$1 million
still-
paycheck.
And I can't
Yeah.
believe you still don't want to be the president of this
couple-
country. It's the best job
couple
in the
$1 million.
world, man.
No,
couple $1 million.
I got to be part of the lightning
You're a
squad
safe.
and everything.
You're a
So-
safe watcher. You just watch the safe. Like, you want into the safe, sign a few.
Yeah, you
things,
hold the
can do-
key, but the key doesn't really belong to you.
What key?
So
Key.
they give you this key that says, woohoo. Yeah, we got
No,
it.
No, that
even
one's
though
okay.
it was
Leave
faint,
it in.
it was faint, but it was
We
audible.
still
It
have
was
to-
audible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we still have to kind of
Oh,
give the
then it's
call.
for people to listen in.
Yeah.
Let's see if they
If you
listen.
miss it, you miss it.
You miss
Yeah,
it, you
if
miss it. But
yeah.
nah, like those kind of cases, Biden, it's a trend over there, and they're letting their kids decide things.
I think we're giving too many voices, like too much power to kids, lah.
Yes.
Dude,
It's too much
when
power
did
to
we
kids.
stop being the adults?
Yeah,
When did the adults stop being adults? When have we shifted their responsibility onto the kids?
Yeah.
When
It's a
have we left?
overcompensation?
Yeah, when have
Overcompensation.
we let the responsibility of being adults fall onto the kids, where they get to decide what's better for themselves instead of
Yeah.
you? We have reached a point in society where you've admitted that you're fucked up, like you can't decide shit anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That you have to let them decide it, and then now they're saying that, oh, you can't assume that adults know everything. No, that was the original. That should have been the way we run. You go through your life experience, you learn things, and then you pass it on to the next generation. You don't let the next generation, who knows, probably they're still learning.
Yeah.
You should know more than that. If you don't, then you should never have been a parent.
That's right. That's right. I think we have established this like multiple times, right? There are so many people out there who shouldn't never be parents.
Yeah, who should never be
And
parents.
then the other thing is that now,
But sadly they are, and then we just have to live the
now
consequences.
it's become the other way, the worst way of not say parenting, but a worst way of dealing with stuff. It's justifying it after it's happened, justifying your actions after you've done it. Like, it no longer becomes important of why you did all the kind of thing. It just becomes of whether you can justify it at the back. There becomes a more thing inside, and it becomes easier to do it. Like, you did this. Oh no, I just have to justify it. And once it makes sense, and there are a lot more people following that stance, we catch on. And it's what's happening. The mob mentality is made easier through social media. I can say an opinion out there, and if I have more than enough people following that opinion, it becomes the right, the accepted opinion, which is a very dangerous route, because, I mean, we can use a lot of examples, and it always goes back to the one big example back in the
that's why you see legislation about kids never gets looser. It always gets tightened up. But regulations, rules, always gets bent around. So you see, legislation usually stays the same. Consent. No one is going, like, you don't see westernized countries, first world countries letting it up. Kids can't give consent. Right? You can't give consent for anything, for sex, for
but then when it comes to comes to driving, money making, they loosen it up on the regulations.
Regulations, right? So they let the parents handle it. And the parents, the way the parents can handle it is loosely governed. Yeah. It's like, the parents have the right.
We brought up the toddler.
Yes.
The YouTube guy, the YouTube toddler, the one that plays with toys and makes
Ryan's
toys.
Toys.
Most of that money goes to the parents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who,
the kid benefits because he's living the fucking mansion.
But the thing is that money is meant to be the kid's money.
Yeah. So you see,
the kid has no fucking. But also another thing, the parents started the YouTube channel.
They were the ones operating the camera, editing.
So they were benefiting off the kids' popularity and all that.
But actually, I watched a couple of the videos because I was doing research for this show that I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
And I watched a couple of the videos, and I think he's enjoying himself, lah.
I hope so.
From the videos and everything, and you know,
I mean, they play around,
and the parents are in the videos as well, you know, doing like experiments.
So it's a good example when the kid is obviously enjoying himself. It's just that,
and also more important is the content that they're pushing out, right?
It's
wholesome content. It's about experiments, about learning more about the world, how it works, how
but when
things
the kid gets older, that's where the parenting comes in. That's where you're the adult. You started this. You have the responsibility of directing your son's life. Like, now he's young, he's got this, he's made you all this money, and you've made it all of him. When he gets older, what are you gonna do? Like, how are you gonna raise him at this point? What is your mindset going through? Are you gonna what if he reaches, I don't know how old is he now, 8, and he says, I don't want to do this on you.
What's going to happen,
when I don't want to do this anymore, when the son says, I don't want to do this anymore, what is your reaction? Is your reaction like, no, your mommy and daddy's source of income, you need to do this? If that sets in, then you've become an abuser. But I mean, a so-called abuser, because it was supposed to be his choice. You put him in this line, and now if he says he doesn't want to do it anymore, he has no responsibility to do it.
And that's the great thing, because then it's not like a client and manager, right? Now it's parent and child.
So
but also client and manager, because the parents are managing him.
It's a very loose thing, because there are no contracts there.
I don't know, man.
It's a kid. But the kid doesn't make the kid isn't your property. So this is a living your kid. This is someone you care about, you love. So when the moment that person says,
but recently they've been going away from, like, because it started as unboxing, right?
Unboxing.
When he was a cute child, but now he's grown up. Like he's not that cute anymore.
That's why I'm saying.
So they are changing to like experimentations.
I mean, if they change it, it's okay. But when the kid says, I don't want to do this anymore, and then we have to see what is their reaction. Because if their reaction is that you can't just do this, you have a responsibility. It's like, no, he's a kid. he was brought into it as fun playtime. Now he's older and he doesn't want to do it anymore.
If the kid's smart, he will rebrand himself into something else.
I mean, if he's smart and if
he's the biggest YouTube channel out there, man. If he's smart, he'll rebrand into something that he wants to do.
But that's
whether
what I'm
it's
saying.
Gaming, sports, whatever.
But that's what I'm saying. If the kid wants to do that,
Yeah.
then not say let him do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
If he wants to go into drugs, of course you stop him there. But I'm saying that if the
Should
kid
let him do whatever he wants.
if the kid wants to like focus on his
Drop some
studies,
CBD oil.
like he wants to focus on his studies, or he wants to stop doing your YouTube channel,
Yeah.
and you force him to like, hey,
That's
no.
exploiting.
then that's exploit and that's abuse.
Yeah.
So if they do that, they know they're in the wrong.
But I think the kid will see the money that it's making, and the kid will not want to stop what he's doing.
He's still quite young. He's still
Yeah.
quite young, and that's how they could manipulate him into like, you want this lifestyle, you have to do that. So
Hopefully,
Yeah.
it doesn't become like a Jake Paul or Logan
Logan
Paul.
Paul,
or-
yeah.
that's-
But
Yeah.
Logan Paul is reinventing himself, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did a
he's
boxing
friends-
thing for
he's
channel
friends
charity.
with an athlete, is it? And then the athlete is married to Lana Rhodes, or is it?
No,
dating?
no. His sidekick on the podcast is dating Lana Rhodes.
Okay.
And Lana Rhodes has quit the
other industry.
Yeah. She was actually on Barstool. Like both of them went on Barstool Sports. They did the internet
So
ask
they did a lot
and
like now they're on YouTube.
yes, they have their own vlogs and shit. And I actually watched like when they were on Barstool.
So it's mostly all pranks,
Yeah.
like prank stuff.
Yeah, but she was talking about it. Like she was talking about like how she can like easily earn money
Right.
Yeah, because
like,
Lana Rhodes,
without
no.
doing porn anymore.
yeah, OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Oh, okay.
She was actually
Dude.
talking about it, and she said
Dude.
that we can earn like 100 grand
I
in
don't know
a
if
day,
I don't know if we can
or
if we
even
can,
$1 million
I
in a
don't know
day.
if we can do like another episode on this, but we have to cover that cause
We didn't
You-
talk about OnlyFans though.
no, not only OnlyFans, like all these sites. If you break it down, I didn't realize the impact.
The amount of money that they're making.
yeah, because
is
I saw
insane.
it because Instagram is on it right now. Instagram has started this thing called close
Friends. So close.
so close, and okay, the person Instagrammer can charge whatever they want.
Oh no,
But-
it's actually not from Instagram.
It's not. It's an
something
outside, but it's
outside.
linked.
So
It's
you
linked
make payments through that, and you get added onto
their
their close friends list.
Right.
So
But-
it's technically like Snapchat lah, like
something like
Snapchat,
that, but
their private Snapchat.
if you break it down, the influencers that are on these things, they don't have 1,000 followers. They don't have 2,000 followers. They can have upwards of 100,000
Millions,
million
maybe in
followers.
millions, yeah,
And if just 1% of those
are willing to pay.
pay this small sum, I mean,
Yeah.
some is small sum. I don't know what's the minimum.
Maybe
but
it's
eight.
no, whatever they determine.
Whatever it's like
yeah.
$8 or something.
Yeah. Imagine the money. Man. You know the local influencer? She just started a OnlyFans page.
Oh, there are actually quite a number of
I think
Singaporeans who have got OnlyFans page now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like posting
Dude,
provocative
I mean, we could save
pictures
this
of her.
for. We
No,
could,
dude, there are adult like genuine like
Yeah.
dominatrix in
we
Singapore.
could. I mean, we can.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, yeah.
We can save this for another.
I think we gotta take it off the air
Yeah.
to talk about this.
We could save it for another episode, but wow, the money that's going around in
Yeah.
this area.
Yeah,
Do you remember the times where people are like, who pays for porn?
exactly.
Like, why would you want to pay for porn?
Now people
Yeah.
are willing
But
to
now
do it.
it's
now
like
someone has found
No,
a
because
way.
now it's personal.
yeah, now it's
Now
personal.
it's personal. It's
Now
not
the girl next door
yeah.
could actually be selling you personalized
And
pictures
now
and
you
videos,
can chat. And now you can chat. With
and
the
you can
porn
chat
star.
with them. Yeah.
So it's not just I pay and then I watch this video, where it's impersonal. But now I can pay, watch the video, and then
And
chat
someone's
with this person.
seen-
And you can actually request
Stuff
stuff
to be done.
from them.
Yeah.
So before we get too
That-
carried
that's
away,
insane.
that
That's
could be
insane.
the
another.
power of technology.
That could be another episode. And on
I
that
think
note,
we have to do it.
Okay,
if
I
you
think-
already said it, we have to do it.
Yeah, I think we should ask the 10 people who are listening to us, should we start our OnlyFans page? And how much will you pay?
0.
How much will you pay to watch us do
Dude,
things?
Have you actually checked out OnlyFans?
No, I have not.
Okay.
No, I've clicked, but I have not.
So
like,
there are OnlyFans pages, right, which are actually free.
oh, really?
So they put free stuff on there, and then they put like
Entice
paid,
you
and they
to-
entice you, and then you can click on paid stuff.
Okay, but the ones that I checked out, right? I checked out one lah. The OnlyFans one, everything's unpaid except for you have to subscribe, which is like $9 a month. in order to see the exclusive content.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then okay, so that amount,
Okay,
right? That
yeah.
amount usually will hit people as a pretty small amount.
Yeah.
But I was seeing like the quantity, like, whoa, imagine if 100,000 people just
Yeah,
paid
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. You
Eight-
multiply that by
100,000.
Like Joey
Ooh.
Diaz's Patreon page,
Yeah.
it's $1.
Like
Mm.
our
So people
Patreon
like, it's
page,
only $1.
it's
It's $12 a year.
$2.
Why not?
And
right?
our
Yeah.
Patreon page is $2, and
$2,
we
yeah.
got $4. So good, like.
Two
and-
Patreon lah, two
and-
Patreon
Yeah.
members.
And
yeah.
on that note, on this one
yeah.
note, look out for the next one. We might cover it, but I don't know whether
I think
it's
we will.
soon,
I
but-
think we will. I
but
think it has to. It has to be done.
soon.
It
Yeah,
has to be done.
we'll be revealing our booty for OnlyFans.
And then at the
OnlyFans.
end of
OnlyFans,
that,
yeah.
and,
Yeah.
end of that one, we'll probably reveal whether we've already started that one. Or not.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a trimmer. So OnlyFans, I will trim my asshole,
Right.
and and the boys will be helping me.
What, why did you
Ciao.
get that?
Ciao.